Hi everyone, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie and I'm by myself for this next installment in our budget-friendly crafting series. And this card is actually a spin-off of the one where I showed you that I use nail polish as a craft supply. So as always with our budget-friendly cards or projects, I'm just going to walk you through what I'm using. And so I'm using a stamp from the Dollar Tree. My markers are from the Target brand, I think Up and Up. And then I also picked up some embroidery floss at Daiso, which is a Japanese dollar store. I don't know if they're everywhere, but I do know that they are in select locations in the United States. And it was about $1.50 for one of those packages that I showed you. So I'm just using my markers, a pink and a brown, to color the stamp in. And you'll notice I scratched a little bit off on some scrap paper, and that's because when I went over close to where the brown was, it transferred a little bit, and I just wanted to make sure it was nice and clean so I didn't muddy up the pink. So once it was stamped, I'm going to take some colored pencils to color this in, and I'm using a couple shades of pink. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of brown in this particular package of Crayola markers. So I'm going to start off with this one shade of brown. And between that and the brown marker, and as well as a black crayon, pencil crayon, I'm hoping to get some of the shading in there. So for the most part, I'm just using the lines of the image to determine where the darker bits are supposed to go. And I'm really struggling quite a bit with the Cupcake liner. Again, just because I didn't have a lot of variety in colors to get that depth that I wanted. And so I just did a lot of layers. And then I remembered watching a video where they used Vaseline to help blend pencil crayons. So all you're supposed to do is just dip the crayon into the Vaseline and then apply it to your project. It actually makes the tip of your pencil crayon soft and transfers more pigment, which is kind of cool. You just have to remember to keep rotating your pencil around so that, you know, it doesn't completely destroy the tip. So yeah, I did that. I got a little bit of more variety on my image, which I was quite happy about. So that worked out pretty good. I think I'll try that again. You do want to clean your pencils off afterwards, so I just rubbed the tips in my microfiber cloth. You could use a pencil. You could use a paper towel as well. And then I found that I had a little bit of excess Vaseline on my image, and so I'm just using the same cloth just to tidy that up. And then of course we're going to fussy cut this out with a pair of scissors, and through the modern of editing, that went really quickly. And as always, whenever I fussy cut, I always like to take a marker and along the edge of the image just to clean up any, you know, imperfections in the cutting that I did. So here, because I used two different colors, I used the brown marker for the Cupcake liner, and then the top I used the pink. And I don't know if you can see there, but I was trying to show you the difference between using the marker and not using the marker. And there you go, Cupcake's all colored. So this is the tag that I created in that other video with nail polish as a craft supply. So I thought, why not use it? And I'm taking some foam dimensionals from Miss Sparkle & Co. from Joann's, and we're just going to attach the cupcake on top of the tag. So, and I really like the way that that turned out. I'm going to use some of the embroidery floss that I got from Daiso. I wasn't initially sure what color I was going to use, but then I decided to go with white because I've got a lot of pink going on. And so we're just going to trim off a piece now. I totally messed up that skein. I don't know. Sometimes I can get it and other times I just struggle. I'll have to sort that out afterwards. I did double it up so that it would be a little bit of a thicker weight, and I'll just trim the folded over edge here so that I've got proper tails. And of course, like always, I gotta fuss and fuss and fuss until it's just so. I'm using this stamp set again. I believe I used this in the last budget-friendly card making video, and I'm just using the confetti from here, the confetti stamp, and we're just marking it up with the pink and just stamping it in the two opposite corners so that you kind of get a diagonal look down through the card front. And I just placed the tag there just so I could see if I was covering enough or if I needed to add more. And at this point I decided that it did need something a little more. It was looking a little too plain for me. And so on the same stamp set there is a banner or a bunting, and I thought that might look kind of cute in the top corner. And so I'm just positioning there to see if I like it, and I do. And so we're going to stamp this down, and then again we're just going to use one of the pink markers to color that in. Now it did come across a little splotchy, and again this is, I'm pretty sure these stamps are vinyl. They're not like high quality photopolymer. Again, they're discounted stamps, and so a lot of times the ink does bead, and I talked about before how you can use Versamark to help with that to some extent. But I decided this time, because it's a fairly simple image, I would just stamp it and then use the marker to fill in any areas that needed a little bit of touch up on them. So again, just double checking my placement, and we are going to add some foam dots behind here, or foam squares, just again to give it a little bit more depth and interest. And I struggle with getting those off, so we just skipped ahead a little bit. So my intent was always to use the nail polish again to fill in the dots on the cupcake or the sprinkles, and I decided why not also do the banner. So I'm just filling that in, just using the nail polish brush, nothing special, and that went on pretty good. I was quite happy with that. So we definitely have a very glittery card going on here. But I think it works. I'm quite happy with it. And then for the dots, I'm literally just dabbing it on. In the video that I show where I played around with the nail polish, I found that if you really load up the brush and then just kind of suspend it over your paper, it does form some dots quite nicely. Here I'm testing out the chipboard that I colored in that video with nail polish, and I really like that. It's almost like the cherry on top kind of thing, but it's a little heart, so we glued that down. I'd also made some so-called enamel dots, and I didn't really like them. They were just a little too big, so I thought what we would do is just add again some glitter using just the nail polish brush, and I really like the way that turned out. So this is a very super glittery card. It's going to my niece for her birthday, and I think, I don't even know how old she is now, 6 or 7 or 8, something like that, and I'm sure she will appreciate all the glitter. And we're going to use the marker again and cover it up in pink to stamp on the envelope to keep it nice and simple, but yet a coordinated envelope for the card, which is something I'm into lately. Anyways, I hope that you found something inspiring about this, and maybe you'll even give nail polish a try. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below, and until next time, happy crafting.